Welcome to another Team Solomon Circus video. Here we're going over the top cut match of the finals last locals. So we have here Floowandereeze versus Despia. Guess who's playing Floowandereeze? That's Royal over there. So it looks like here that Despia is going to go first. Branded opening, probably in the draw phase. And then he summons Luber here. Activate the effect. Pretty all standard. And he searches for... he pitches Tragedy. So he searches for Ad-Lib as well as Branded Fusion. And then he activates Standby phase, main phase, Branded Fusion. It does get dashed, which is really good. He does activate Poly here, so he does have the Edge Jump Chain and the Polymerization for the for the Masquerade. Which is quite difficult for Floowandereeze to get over because they have to activate so many effects before they get to the their spell card to beat over it. And yeah, he searches for Patchwork effect. He activates the second Polymerization. Here we do know he has the Ad-Lib, so he discards the Patchwork and the Ad-Libitum to then get the second Masquerade out, which can be quite difficult. And then I believe he's deciding if he's special summoning the Luber here. There's making sure he can special summon it, because normally I special summoning a level 8 fusion monster, and then he just passes. So here, Floowandereeze is going to have to activate 1200. Pay 1200 to activate any card effects. So he starts off with the duality here, and he gets the map. And then he does activate the card he already has in hand, which is Wind, which is how he gets over the Masquerades, but he is taking the 3, so he's already taken now he takes 3, so he's taken 3,600. Activates map, banishing, get an Eaglin, and then Eaglin effect, which you're going to be able to summon off of the M-Pen, and then that gets rid of one of them. Then he activates his chain links here, which now he only has to pay 600 for. And then he gets to go off. Pop off here, which definitely clears the board. Gets his normal summon during opponent's turn. Eaglin effect to go grab. Checks the graveyard here. Decides he's going to go for Mega Monarch here, so he just goes into the Mega Monarch, and then reading that card, just seeing if it's not once per turn, which it is not, so we can tribute over this monster, which is crazy. And yeah. Here I believe that Ethan's just going to... Nope, he's going to continue. So we get Mega Monarch locked, and Tragedy here will be able to set the... he just activates the effect immediately, and then Ethan just scoops it up. So that's Floowandereeze for game 1. Here we're going to go into the side. We see that they're each setting up 4 cards or 3 cards, which I presumably believe on the Despia side is Droll and Lockbird, possibly the Zombie World, and then Floowandereeze players probably sliding in some board breakers. So he's definitely doing that. We do some shuffling up, and now on to game 2. So your Despia player is going to go first. He starts off with a branded opening, discarding Tragedy, same way as the first game. Super strong. Getting out the Luber, activating the effect, searching for the Ad Libitum as well as the Branded Fusion. So here we see the same standpoint that happened last time, and then we'll assume it's going to go standby phase into main phase. Activate Albion to pitch the... I think here's going to pitch Albaz. So we might have branded in red here. Then Upstart. he activates Brand Fusion, and he has the Ash once again, which is just so good. He does activate Foolish Burial here, so he can continue playing, which he does have the Necroworld Banshee, so that's going to be able to set up the Zombie World, which is huge versus the deck. Test one card, which I can assume is branded in red, and then passes. Here, Necroworld Banshee will be able to activate during his opponent's turn, which will add him the, will activate the Zombie World. And then here, the Floowandereeze players are going to have to think. Here he's going to go main phase, battle phase, activate evenly matched here. And then they're going to chain branded in red, targeting the Albaz, I believe. You do not have to fusion summon. You're also able to add back to hand. So here he's just trying to activate branded red, probably at the graveyard. Adds back Tragedy, and then does decide to fuse a Tragedy here to go for a, that was the Quertus, and decides to then activate Tragedy effect to go grab it, and the other two get flipped face down. And here we just see a set one from Floowandereeze. So here we normal summon the Luber effect, getting us the branded in red. Then we activate Branded Fusion, and looks like that one's fine. So it will resolve here, sending the Albaz, and we're not quite sure what that card is. I do possibly believe it is Snow here. We'll see in a second. Nope, it's a dark target, so we'll see what that activates. So it was a Tragedy here. Getting the second search for the Luber here. We do make Mirror Jade, and yeah. Here I think it's going to be attack. Yep. So here the attacks for, I think it's 40, 46, 48. And here we do see Map, so Map will activate here, which will get the little bird on the field and then one banished. And then here Robina will activate, which will add a and he's chaining Mirror Jade to this. So banishing the little bird for cost, which means that here Floowandereeze will get to add DD Crow, which is great against Braided in red. And I believe it's just a pass. Oh, he didn't Dark Ruler no more, and then activates the Robina, go again into Eaglin. Or no, here he just decides us to scoop. So give the game here to Despia, which means they're both 1-1 and going into game 3. Zombie Roller is extremely strong versus Floowandereeze. Good thing that, so many in ways of getting it with that Foolish Burial there, which we saw, and as well as the Branded Fusion. Here it's safe to assume that the Floowandereeze player is going to go first. We see him side out a lot of cards, probably the Dark Ruler no mores. I believe there's Lightning Storms, definitely those Evenlies. Just like, there are 6 cards here that can go out, probably side in D Barriers, and as well as the Feather Storms. And here we're going to see that Floowandereeze is going to start, I believe. So here he activates the product and decides to grab the statue here, which is a interesting play. We do see that there's a Book of Moon. He normal summons the statue and then sets 2, which is not a very good board. But we do know that one of those cards is a Book of Moon. So I guess he's hoping here that, the only card that is able to beat over the statue here is Albaz as well as Aluber. Both which, you play 5 of. So here's going to activate Albion, getting the upstart. He has a way to get the Albaz in hand if he does have Branded Red on his. So here's going to normal summon Chain, which also can beat over it. And then Book of Moon's going to be activated here, which is going to flip the Chain. On attack declaration, apparently, which will get Chain to add another Chain to hand, which is definitely an interesting play. You'd think that Patchwork would want to resolve here. And so he activates Dark Ruler no more, which is very interesting. Maybe trying to play against the back row there. He does activate Branded Fusion, which here will send the Tragedy and the Albaz. Tragedy will search, and Mirror Jade will most likely come out here. Yeah, and so here Albir is going to be searched, and yeah, Mirror Jade comes out. He has already normal summoned, so that's not going to be the option. But let's see what else there is here. We do see 2 sets. Just thinking, I guess. He's going to activate Mirror Jade here, sending to banish that statue. And then set 2, during the end phase, he will get to activate Albion to set or to add the Branded Fusion. So we can already assume that there is a branded red set. Here we're going to activate Map. And then we see him looking at his sets and doing some calculations here with the birds. He will activate Branded Red in response to add back the Tragedy, and then Tragedy with Mirror Jade and the Aluber in hand to get out the Chimera, Chainlink 1, Tragedy, Chainlink 2. Which will get to pop 1, draw 2 cards, which is extremely big. Also able to, pop that field spell so it doesn't activate is pretty great. But he has Unexplored Wind anyways, which will let him tribute off his monsters, which is pretty good. But he does have Forbidden Droplet, so he doesn't get the search, which means there's no cards in hand. Yeah, and that's game for the Despia player. Yeah, that's a good match there. Shout out to Ethan for playing Despia, and that Forbidden Droplets came in clutch, and GG's.